vaccines. A lot of people have been talking about vaccines lately, and again, like with many things, people seem to be split. You have a camp of people who are sort of saying, oh, wait until the vaccine's ready so we can get it, and then we can all go back to normal. And then, of course, you have the other camp, which and I generally consider myself in, who just say, yeah, we don't want don't want to have a vaccine, just want to get back to normal anyway, because and I'm not really in that camp actually. I guess I'm a bit nuanced on this, but so basically you have these people, right, who are staunch anti-vaxxers. They say, oh, never have a vaccine, it's got mercury in it, it'll make you retarded or whatever. And then you've got people who think, I trust the experts in that. And I think there's a bit of middle ground to be had there, because well, what are vaccines first? The idea is it's sort of artificial herd immunity, right? So it's inject you with something that triggers the production of antibodies or whatever, which makes you immune to it. And it's because I think on the pro-vaccine side there is one way in which they're very hypocritical, because they completely reject the notion of herd immunity. They think that it's not possible to get, even if you're just infecting healthy people and stuff, and that would cause the effective R rate to go way below 1. But they don't think it's possible because they don't think you can keep immunity to it. But then they somehow say that that a vaccine will consistently produce antibodies and they'll persist, but they won't for when you just get immunity naturally. And I don't know how you can reconcile those two things, unless, of course, we're talking about constant barrage of vaccines indefinitely, right? Every year, every few months, and so then I guess that's. Well, I mean that doesn't really seem feasible, because it's taking about a year to get a vaccine this time, even though it's been really fast tracked and stuff. It's going to be really hard to keep up with that. But then again, that's not to say vaccines don't work. They often can. Maybe not for coronaviruses, because it's like the flu, it mutates very fast, and that's the reason why you can't rely on vaccines. I mean, it's like why is Boris Johnson self-isolating after he was in contact with someone who tested positive? I thought he already had it, and isn't that the same as just having had the vaccine? I think it is, because if he tested for antibodies and stuff, he has the antibodies, but they're still making him self-isolate, which is really strange. And but again, vaccines can work for some types of viruses, some types of diseases. But it sort of begs the question, well, why is a coronavirus like this? And of course you could say, oh yeah, well, it's like the flu, like I said, or maybe it's people just seem to forget that the pandemic, where it came from. And it came from, well, some people say it came from the wet market in Red China, Wuhan. Some people say it came from the Level 4 weapons biolab right next to it in Wuhan, Red China. And well, if it came from the biolab, then isn't that, even if it was accidental, isn't that basically an act of war? And because for it to be this weird that you can't get a vaccination or even natural immunity to it, and why is it so why is it so unique in that sense? And again, of course, like I said, again, it's you could say it's like flu, but then with flu, we just live with it. I guess you vaccinate the old people every now and then, but you don't lock everything down. You don't have restrictions and stuff. So how is it fundamentally different to the flu in that sense? Like all these lockdowns and stuff, they're not solving anything. They're just delaying the spread, presumably. And although they don't seem to be doing a very good job of that, they do, but not very much. But anyway, so it's just delaying the spread and waiting for something. Like, what are they waiting for? Because I don't see how you can have much faith in a vaccine even assuming it is safe and stuff, which again, that's a whole other topic. But yeah, and I mean, it probably will. I don't know. No one knows really. But yeah, like what are people waiting for? Are you just waiting for it to just magically disappear one day? Are they, waiting for this magical vaccine which would mimic herd immunity, which apparently doesn't work? Yeah, what is it? What are people waiting for? What are we waiting for? Yeah, please let me know, because at the moment it just seems like we're stuck in, these series of rolling lockdowns, tightening, slightly loosening restrictions in perpetuity. It's not sustainable economically, and it's certainly not sustainable for mental health, because, yeah, if this goes on for another year or whatever, I don't think I could make it that long. I gotta be honest. Yeah. It sounds bad, but it's kind of true. I mean, it's just ruining fucking everything. Like there's very little that you can do now that's really enjoyable. I really miss, just like, well, talking to people really, and yeah, just being able to go where you want, do what you want, do who you want. No, but yeah, it's I know, it's just making me feel really fucking hopeless, and I don't know about you guys, because yeah, look, if there is something on the horizon, then it's fine, you can go through shitty times, but like, I don't see any light at the end of the tunnel, not obviously. Like, what are we waiting for, guys? I know, maybe let me know, what are we waiting for?